Hi folks, here we are up in Minnesota. This is Fergus Falls up in northern Minnesota. We're going to take a walk around. There's a little swap meet and car show here, but I thought you might enjoy this cool building here. It's a kind of a Victorian era government building, all brick. Pretty nice. It goes all the way around the place. But anyway, we'll take a look around the swap meet and the car show and show you what there is. So we'll start over on the far side over here. Yeah, it looks like the Volkswagen broke down here. They're towing that in with a strap. Look at the cool little wagon on the back there, little tricycle tire on that. Well, we're going to start over this way because we got some music off here to the other side. Here's a Camaro here. Good looking little Camaro. This one doesn't have any information on it. Here's a 62 Super Sport Chevy. Two-door hardtop. Good looking car right there. Some of these have information in the windshields that tell a little history on the car, like where they found them and what the restoration process was, stuff like that. And we got a Chevy pickup here. Look at the gross weight, 7,000 pounds on that long box Chevy pickup, and that's got the deluxe trim down the side. Good looking patina truck there. Looks like all original. C10. And we got a Mercury here. Cool little Mercury, two-toned. Montego. And we got a Model A here. Looks like a 1930 Model A two-door sedan. This is how you vent a Model A. You guys wonder about the old cowl vents and stuff, but see, this doesn't have a cowl vent. It's got a gas tank up in there, but you'd open the windshield there to give you some ventilation. Good looking Model A, all restored there. All right, here's a 1950 Ford two-door sedan there. Shoebox. You can tell the two-door sedan, they have kind of a really, almost looks like a four-door with no door there. It's got a real long roof line. The coupe has a shorter roof line and a longer trunk. Sometimes people confuse this for a coupe. And also a 50, you can tell by the parking lights here pretty easy. It's got the rectangular parking light and a single bullet. So that kind of identifies it as a 1950. And over here we got a Camaro. This one is a 95.
Morning.
Morning. And we got a dent side Ford pickup here. Got the flags and all on there. Nice looking Explorer package on that one. Long box, four-wheel drive, good looking truck. Well, we're going to have to talk over this portion of it because we got a bunch of music playing here. We've got a 69 Mercury here, Marauder. Pretty cool car with the hood scoop and the flip-up headlights. Got skirts on it. You don't see too many of these around anymore. Not too many have survived. And this car was driven in by a couple younger guys, so it's kind of cool to see the younger generation bringing in some stuff. Here's a Model A two-door sedan here, 1930. Nice little hot rod. Got a 327 engine, says on the sign there. Good looking color on that too. I like that red. And over here we got a 55 Chevy, two-door hardtop. This one's a Bel Air. Nice looking car right there, all high grade paint job on that. Good looking restoration on it. And over here we got a 59 Chevy. This one's an Impala, two-door hardtop. Now these things have really taken off in price, the 58s and 9s. It used to be not a lot of people wanted the 58 9s. They all wanted the Tri-5s, and now it's kind of flip-flopped. And the 59s are some of the most valuable. Look at the nice interior in there. Good looking car. Got the Impala steering wheel. Really nicely done. There's all your information. 283. And you can see a few more in the background. We're going to get down these aisles here. Here's a little Chrysler with a custom trailer on it. Convertible. Got some flames on it. Kind of a cool little trailer behind there. 2001, 3.5 liter. And over here we got a dent side Ford. It's an F-250. It's got the Ranger package, super cab. So kind of a deluxe truck, nice interior. Look at this old advertising signs on the side. Really cool with the patina on them. This one's a highly original truck. Just a good looking truck, Minnesota plates on it, got the step and toe. And over here we got a 67 Ford Galaxy 500. Look at the Telstar, Mitchell, South Dakota. The original dealer tag on there. We had one like this at one point. We pulled out of an old barn and it had about 6 inches of back guano on the back of it. We had to blast off it, I remember that. This one's got a 289. But I always kind of like the style of that car. Good looking cars. And here's another Ford pickup here. This one's a bump side. Catchy information for you up here probably, but nice looking Ford pickup. Well, I guess we missed the information on that one. But anyway, here's another Chevy here. Two-door hardtop. Looks like a fairly original interior. Good looking Chevy right there. Got the dual antennas. Look at the tag on that as well. Fergus Falls, right in the town we're in here. Good looking Impala. And we got another Chevy over here. We got quite a row of Chevys here. This one with the console, bucket seats. And we're going to jump over here. We got one more. Well, two more. Chevy truck, two beyond. So this one's customized. Looks like they removed the bumper, kind of curved that pan in the front. Got some pinstriping on it. Cool looking custom there. That one's a two-door hardtop as well. And we got a Chevy pickup here. This one's a 5-window. Says 3100 on the fender there, but it's a long box. Notice the extra stake pocket. It is a 5-window, and this one is for sale. There's a for sale sign on the other side. Look, it's got the original radio in there. Got the deluxe hood ornament, chrome grille. And here's all your information up on the sign. Got a North Dakota number. Got a 350 V8 in there, so it'll be a good one to cruise around in. And this is kind of interesting here, a Volkswagen. Jump over the side here, you can get a good view of that one. Not sure what body style they call that, but it's kind of a covered pickup truck. Kind of an interesting vehicle. And I got an A&W root beer trailer behind it. That's the one they were pulling in earlier. I guess it wasn't wanting to run right, cooperate. Looks like we got Pink Panther in there. Pink Chevy right there. 48 Chevy. Special stuff, it says. Let's see, Aero body style. And over here we got an International Metro. There's some of the information on it. You can pause on any of that you want to. And I think it's on a later model chassis. I'm not sure on that one. Probably says on this sign here. On the back side of it, 1952 Metro. Yeah, you can see the interior of it here. They're using it as a, I don't know if it's a food stand or what it is here. Ice cream maybe, I'm not sure. Looks like they could sell something out of the side there. But it's got auto parts on the back here, so maybe it's for auto parts delivery. But anyway, it's a cool delivery style truck, International Metro. There's a smiling owner in there. Pretty cool. We've had a couple of those over the years. And you just don't see too many of them around that are all fixed up anymore. Not too many survived, I don't think. I think a lot of them just got scrapped and stuff back in the day. You can see that one's got a Minnesota plate on it as well. Yeah, see, he's trying to hand out ice cream. I thought he had something to do with ice cream there. He's trying to give me an ice cream. I turned him down. Because it was kind of early in the day. Just had breakfast a while ago. Here's another Chevy here. This one's a Nomad. So it's the fancy model station wagon, basically. Two-door wagon. Kind of a hardtop wagon. And this one's got a 55 Minnesota plate on there. There's their building that we were talking about. Pretty cool Nomad there. Nice looking car. And we got another Chevy over here. Like the vinyl top on this one. This one's got bucket seats and a console as well. Good looking trim in there. 65. Good looking Impala SS right there. So it's kind of a fun little car show here. It's not really big, but it's if you're in the area, it's worth checking out. Got a Mustang here done up with the Dukes of Hazzard paint scheme there. And over here we have a Pontiac station wagon, 4-door wagon, and a patina paint here. You can see the inside's a little more modern, seats and stuff. Notice the hood scoop, or scoop up in front of the windshield there. I shouldn't say hood scoop, it's kind of behind the hood. And there's the mascot out there, the Indian Chief, with the lucite insert in it. Over here we got a Plymouth Cuda. It's always been one of my favorite Mopar muscle car body styles here. The Cudas and the Challengers of this age. A nice white interior in there, good looking paint scheme. There it is. And we got a little Chevy pickup here. I remember looking at these when they were brand new on the lot. Now they're at antique car shows. Kind of showing my age a little bit there. Good looking Chevy though. It looks like mostly original. And we got a Buick over here. Nice looking 57 Buick. You can see the year right on the emblem there. 57 is kind of a cool year. You got the 3-piece rear window. Highly styled quarter panels. You can see the under the dash air conditioning unit on that as well. Looks like original interior and original seats. Notice the window treatment, the big tail, die-cast taillights. That one's got a Kennedy bumper sticker on there as well. And over here we got the original sticker on this one. Now this guy told me that his mother bought this new, and now he's got it. It's a Skybird. So it's all original, low mileage, and you know, same family has owned it since new. So that's a pretty impressive feat right there. Really nice condition. Here's all your information on it, 1977. But you won't see too many in that condition that have survived like that. Usually they're either restored or rougher. That one's quite a survivor. And over here we got a Chevy pickup. Looks like they put a 8.1 liter in there. Kind of a cool long box. Custom cab, it says. C20. Over here we got a little motorcycle. This one's a Honda CB100. And we'll kind of scoot over this way. Got another Mopar in pink here. It says Pink Lady on the license plate. And there she is in there, still behind the steering wheel. So that's her pride and joy there. Pretty nice looking car. And we'll scoot down the aisle here. Looks like we've got a Bentley here. Something you don't expect to see at a Minnesota car show right there. Notice all the leather interior, wood inside. They had a high grade interior. You can see the little trays to fold out to eat for the back passengers. Pretty cool. Notice the antenna in the center of the windshield as well. And over here we got a LT1 5.7 Chevy Impala there. Kind of the bubble style body on that. There's all your information. Oh, Caprice, I should say, not Impala. Caprice. And over here we got another Buick. kind of a wild color on that one, kind of a sky blue color. This one's a 4-door. Looks like they're trying to strap up that rear window. It must be sliding down on them or something. A bunch of strings on that rear window there. Not sure what that is. It looks like the glass must be sliding down on them. Probably need a regulator there. And over here we got kind of a rat rod Volkswagen. Little Beetle that's been highly customized. Those are unusual lights out there for headlights. Flames all over the place. Got a skeleton in there. And over here we got a little GMC 150 pickup truck. This one's a step side, kind of a patina rig. So that'd be a longer box on that one. Looks like they've moved the rear fender, so they probably got that on a different chassis than it was originally. So they've done a little modifying there. And you can see a Chevy cruising in right there. And we got a Ford over on this side. Galaxy 500 right there. Dual exhaust. Nice paint job on that. Look at that nice red color on there. Get the big hood scoop on there. Tiger in the back seat. Bench seats. Nice looking car. Real high grade job on that one. Over here we got a Chevy. Notice the 2 hinges on the front and the slant to the windshield. This one's a 32 Chevy. I think that's kind of how you can identify them from a 31. Very similar looking, but there are a few differences on them. And we got a Corvette over here, a couple Corvettes. This one's a Stingray. Looks like a 350 engine, small block. Nice looking in yellow there. Corvettes always look good in kind of wild colors. There's a green one. This one's a convertible. Look at that hood scoop on that thing. Looks like you got gauges up under that scoop as well. Anyway, nice looking Corvette there. And over here we got a 40 Ford. This one's a deluxe coupe. Kind of a flat black paint job on it. I always like the 39s and 40s are always a couple of my favorite years on the Fords of that age. Here's a 28 Model A Roadster. It's been hot rodded. Got a tri-carb setup on there, a little small block engine. And they got a duck for a mascot, looks like, up on the radiator cap. Here's another Corvette, a little bit newer. And over here we got a F100. Nice, looks like a nice restoration on this. Looks like stock, twin I-beam. There's all your information. This one's a 65 with a 352 V8. Nice looking pickup though. Good to see one that's restored and not all altered. That one's just how it came out of the factory, looks like. And over here we got a Corvair convertible. Kind of a cool little car there. Notice the gas tank door up in the front. And over here we got a little custom deal here. This is probably on a Volkswagen chassis. A little fiberglass body on there, a little roadster body. Got another Corvette here. And over on this side we got a square body Chevy here. Kind of a plum crazy purple color. Long box. Pretty wild color for that one. And it's got the cowl induction hood, got the visor on it, got the roll bar with the and a grill guard. And over here we got a Studebaker. This one looks like mostly original. 58 Studebaker Commander right there. 259 V8. Looks like a barn find, all original. Kind of wild looking in it. Look at those headlights. It's like they thought about that after to stick a second light on there and just stuck it to the side, which is kind of what they did. For Studebaker, they were kind of under a budget by that point and had to work with what they had. And we're going to scoot over this way. You can see there's a few guys in the swap meet over here. We'll show you a few of these. There isn't much in the swap meet. There's only, I don't know, 4 or 5 vendors. But we did buy a few things, so we'll show you at the end of the video what we bought. This guy had a lot of mechanical parts and different stuff there. Over here we got a Chrysler. It's a New Yorker coupe, 1948. There's their phone number. If you're interested in it, you can give them a ring. Kind of a project car. Make a good street rod or something right there. Or you could restore it. That's the New Yorker, so that would be the big model. Notice the longer front on it. And he had a bunch of stuff on the back of his truck here too. Got a mishmash of stuff in here. A lot of mechanical stuff, carburetors. And he's towing it all with a dent side Ford there, kind of cool. And over here we got a few miscellaneous things. Look like the guy's cleaning out his garage here. Got a generator and a welder up there. A lot of tools and miscellaneous here. Well, folks, it was a pretty decent car show, but it's raining and stuff, so there really wasn't too many in the swap meet, but we're going to show you what we got. We got a cool carburetor here, and I don't know if that's for a tractor maybe. It's an early one, got a brass bottom. Got some 60s Ford side trim here. It's new all stock. You can see the Ford on the tube, but it's got the 2 front fenders, the 2 quarters, and the 2 doors. So we're going to have to figure out what year that is. I think mid-60s probably. We got a 40 Chevy car hood right there, and it's got the side trim, the top trim, the front, and the hood latch on it. So that's a good piece. And it came with the extra trim here for the sides, special deluxe, so that's the 1940. So we got all that. I got what I think is a GM, like a 1940s GM trunk handle. And I got some reflective tape to put on my trailer edge. But anyway, that's about all we got. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And we're going to get out of here, but we'll catch you on the next round. Thanks for watching.